Coach, can you start with just some opening comments on kind of your thoughts about the game as you look back?
Looking back at the game, I mean, a lot of credit to Lake State. To a certain extent, all 3 times we played them this year, they've come out more physical and executed a little bit better and gotten out to big leads. And that's a lot of credit to them. And at their place, we really didn't get close to coming back. At our place, we came all the way back. Here, I think we cut it to 3 and just couldn't quite get over the hump. And a lot of that is their switching, their physicality, things like that got us out of our offense. We weren't executing real well. Defensively, we had a couple slip-ups. Obviously, Heracao had a terrific game, and credit to him. We threw a bunch of different guys at him, made some shots, got left, even though we were trying to take away left. The second half, we finally got a couple stops, and we were able to get out in transition, and that really helped our offense in terms of actually getting a couple looks and getting a little bit more, whether you want to call it flow or just getting out and getting our offense going. You put yourself down 17, that's a tough hole to dig yourself out of, and it might have got to 19. I don't even know what it got to, but I haven't seen a box score yet. But credit to Lake State, and I'm proud of our guys. They never gave up. A lot of teams would go away. That's been the story every year. We've made some big comebacks. We've came all the way back a couple times and won, and that starts with seniors here that don't quit and lead and fight.
It seemed like in that first half you got some looks that just didn't go in.
No, for sure. We got around the basket. We got when they're switching everything and really walling up on trying to take away penetration out there. You have to kind of beat it inside out, and we struggled to get it inside. And when we got it in there, we scored a little bit, but we missed a couple bunnies. We missed some free throws, and the few threes we did get a couple good looks at 3 and just didn't make them. And that's once again credit to Lake State's defense.
What was halftime like for you guys going in? Yeah, obviously a lot of great shooters on the team. What are those moments like in the locker room? We think we have a run on this. We think we can come this back.
I mean, I think our guys are confident that we have a run. I mean, it's kind of crazy how many times we've been down double digits and come back this year. I don't know the number, but and one thing we always say about Lake State, when it might just be Lake State and Michigan Tech, when we're up 17, it's not safe, and when we're down 17, we can come back. That's just the way it's been the last decade or so, and a lot of crazy things happen, but we just said we can survive a Heracao probably playing a little better than he normally plays and making some shots, but we got to clean up our execution and our defense. I mean, our defense has been our staple all year, and we just weren't that sharp defensively at the beginning, and we didn't execute well enough to be where we need to be.
And he did something that looked like both of you guys, as this game wears on, you guys kind of take a lot of responsibility amongst yourselves too, as players on the floor. And just tell me, what was that like in this game, in this big spot, for you guys to have that and come up and see that in the second half?
I mean, we talked about it. We started our career here in the national tournament, so we've kind of seen some of this style games, and we've been through it. We've seen how the seniors, when we were freshmen, handled that. They were down big. We were down big one of the games, and we came all the way back. And so we just kind of have been through that experience and kind of carried that over throughout our years. And everyone trusts each other on the team, so knowing that they trust us to make the right plays and vice versa.
When you've been in the locker room with the same crew of guys, the same core, especially Pete and I, there's a different level of trust and a different level of effort that you want to play for the guys wearing the same color jersey. And I think Pete and I did a great job of sparking our run and the comeback, as well as some other guys. But when your back's against the wall and you're just fighting for your life, to see it next day, you're not thinking about how tired you are. You're not thinking about whether you got fouled or not. You're just thinking about, how can I help my team? How can I give my absolute all for the moments that I have left on the court? And I think we did as much as we could. Like Coach said, we've come back in that scenario before. We just fell short to a really talented team. Credit to them.
Adam, when that midway through that second half, you guys went on that run and really cut it down to single digits and were making their place went electric. The fans were jumping. The students were excited. Could you guys feel that on the floor? I mean, could you feel the momentum switch in the arena and kind of feel things going your way?
I can speak for all of our guys. We're so grateful for everyone who made the trip down here. You've seen the other 7 teams who've been down here. It's been pretty quiet gyms. We had a bunch of students, most of our band, come down here and make an incredible atmosphere for us. It really felt like a home game for a gym we hadn't even seen other than a couple of days ago. So that just tells you how easy it is to play your absolute heart out when you have people who care about our program like that, people who care about us, and just makes you want to give it your all. I feel like we did that.
What about you, Pete? What did you see from your sense? You're a guy that kind of works hard at your game. Did you sense that as well?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, all those people coming down here means a ton, like he said. And when you're playing for the guys on the court and you just hear that energy, you see your parents up in the stands high-fiving other parents, and it just kind of gets you going and makes you want to play for a bigger cause. And yeah.
To make that run in the second half, Josh, with Marcus out of the game, and the offense changed up a little bit in there. And I thought it was really great shot selection there. Shots started falling. Then he comes back to the game, and he sticks a couple quick threes. What are you guys feeling in those moments as, number one, he's out, number two, he comes back and makes such an immediate impact?
I mean, it's really interesting. Looking the year, I mean, obviously Marcus is a special player. And a lot of how this year became a team that, I mean, we were tied for 6 out of 11 teams. And to win the conference early on, our identity was we would guard. And you know what? Marcus would kind of take care of things in the last 5-10 minutes. And as the season progressed and defenses focused more and more on him, other guys started getting that confidence. And you know what? We were making a lot of runs with our bench and our second team, and when he's out, and it's that fine line that we've been towing the last. I mean, Marcus is really beat up right now, so he hasn't been practicing much, which also empowers some guys. So there are times when we probably look more fluid and guys feel more empowered when he's out of the game. And he's still a special talent, and I mean, that's the art of coaching. I don't have a direct answer for you. There's times when he's just going to take over no matter what's going on, and there's times when, yeah, we do play probably a little bit more balanced and free when he's out of there. But I guess that's probably a good problem to have, and we got more empowered as the season went on.
Coach, you had an outstanding year. You get to the regional, you won a big game yesterday, battle today. How does this kind of set things up for your program?
The one thing I really talked about at Michigan Tech is, I mean, it's a wild world right now in college athletics, and with the portal and people leaving and whatnot. And the one thing that I'm most proud of with our guys is I do think there's lasting relationships there. When one of these guys gets married, the whole team's going to be at the wedding. And in the grand scheme of things, that's the most important thing. This was a group that, I mean, we didn't have a great record the last 2 years. It's been building up, and you know what? They kept believing. They stuck together. They had each other's backs. And I think that's getting harder and harder to find. And the most proud thing is what our culture is. I mean, these guys care about each other, and we're a true team, and we got some good young guys. We're losing some very good seniors. There's a couple guys in between. We got a couple juniors in there. I feel like we have a pretty balanced roster right now that is sustainable, and you don't know what's going to happen, but the number one thing we're trying to do is keep that culture, and these guys did a great job of doing that. When things aren't going well, they had each other's backs, and when they were going well, they got even tighter. So hopefully that's what we're looking to sustain.
Coach hit it on the head. This is a great culture, and it's one of the main reasons why I think Pete and I chose to come here. As well, I got to see it through my sister playing 4 years on the women's side before I got to go here. So Michigan Tech is definitely in my blood at this point, and it's just been such an honor to be able to wear the black and gold. And like I mentioned before, it just means a lot more when you have that time invested. You've got to know the people around the program and in the community, and you've seen all those moments. It makes you want to play harder, and I'm really blessed that I got the opportunity to play for Michigan Tech.
Yeah, I mean, this is all we've known for the last 5 years of our lives. Just going through workouts, whether it's lifting or actual shooting together every day, in the locker room, outside of the locker room, or going out to eat together and whatnot, and just building those bonds with each and every one of the guys helps you off the court, and it translates to on the court because we're just so connected and trust each other so much. But it's been extremely special.
Congratulations on a good year. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.